দর্শক মণ্ডলী আসসালামু আলাইকুম। আমরা আজকে কিডনি বান্ধব খাদ্য তালিকা নিয়ে কথা বলবো। আজকে আমাদের সাথে আছেন বিখ্যাত কিডনি ট্রান্সপ্ল্যান্ট সার্জন, ভারতবর্ষের একজন বিখ্যাত ডাক্তার ডক্টর সুন্দর সাংকরাম। এই বিষয়ে আসুন আমরা বিস্তারিত কথা বলি। ডক্টর সুন্দর সাংকরাম, may we discuss today about kidney friendly food list. We want to go over the food list most common among our Indian Bangladeshi population that we should be having for kidney patients.
Further to the discussion which we had on vegetarian diet, I think fish is supposed to be very good for kidney also. In fact, you Bengalis, you're lucky that you have good fish. And I'm a vegetarian, and I think a lot of vegetarians still consider fish as vegetarian. I think fish is so fish is very good for the health. In fact, people suggest salmon fish, very good for the heart and kidney. That is one.
Okay.
Now, you are talking about people with one is kidney failure. When you talk of kidney failure, there are various stages. In olden days, we had mild kidney failure, moderate kidney failure, and severe kidney failure. Again, kidney failure has got acute kidney failure. There is just temporary kidney failure, which occurs after after diarrhea or dehydration or injury. These will recover. This acute kidney failure recovers fast. I'm now talking of chronic kidney failure, which is a different story. Now, when you talk of chronic kidney failure, in the modern stage, in the modern level, the Americans actually now don't call it chronic kidney failure. They call it chronic kidney disease. What our Americans do, everybody has to follow. I still believe the olden days chronic kidney failure is still the best. Yeah. But one of my American colleagues actually told me, I asked, why did you change from chronic renal failure, CRF, to chronic kidney disease? He said, moment you use the word failure, that means you're given up. There is no hope. So that is why we have made it disease rather than failure. Okay, then I said, okay. Now, when you talk of the mild kidney failure, which is stage 1 or 6, basically, again, same thing. Less of salt. If there is a sugar problem, less sugar. Plant-based diet. But the problem is once you have kidney failure, the most important function, one of the function of kidney is to excrete potassium. So a lot of people, when you say, especially your grandmother, you tell them, I've got a kidney problem or kidney failure, she'll say, take coconut water. Coconut water is a sure way to kill somebody with kidney failure. If you don't like a friend with kidney failure, give him coconut water.
Coconut water.
Coconut water. Tender coconut water. Because coconut water contains high potassium. 1 liter of coconut water contains 70 milliequivalents of potassium. Wow. Which is very dangerous. So, in our experience, moment you say somebody has got any medical disease also, even in the hospitals, you'll find people carrying coconuts in the hand. So, in the hospital, we put big boards. No coconut water allowed. Because in kidney failure, potassium can kill. So, potassium restriction. Salt restriction, which I told you. Other problem which we have in India, which I'm sure is there in Bangladesh and other countries, the moment you say salt restriction, the common salt, the table salt is sodium chloride. Understand? The moment you tell a kidney patient, avoid salt, immediately the grandmother and the neighbor will say, take rock salt or pink salt. Now, what is rock salt? It is potassium chloride. So, many of my patients, when I tell them, reduce the salt, they are happily reducing the salt. And I find that potassium very high. I talk to them. They say, no, sir, we are not taking salt. We are taking rock salt. We are taking pink salt, which is potassium chloride. So I think this is a very important mistake we should say. When I say no salt, rock salt is more dangerous in kidney failure. In fact, it will kill. Ordinary salt, only blood pressure will go up. You may get some swelling. It won't kill. But rock salt, pink salt containing potassium chloride will kill a person with kidney failure. I think that is the important message we should spread. Now, other thing is, in the management of mild kidney failure, diet is one important aspect, which I told you, vegetarian diet is very important. A lot of people restrict too much of protein, which is not good. Whether it's Bangladesh, even in Bangladesh, who eat non-vegetarian, it is not like the American protein diet, please understand, or the Western diet. I have been to New York, I've gone, seen what is called truckers' breakfast. You must have heard of that. The truckers have breakfast. The morning steak, one steak is 80 grams, one steak. In India, even a non-vegetarian, the whole day protein is 60 grams. So restricting that protein will make the patient weak. So what I find is a lot of patients with kidney failure, they've been told, don't take this, don't take dal, don't take this. They become so weak because body needs protein. You need protein for muscle building, hormones. You need protein. If you don't take enough protein, your body will start breaking down. So they become malnourished. They become cachectic. They become more sick. So a person with kidney failure needs protein restriction, not in the Indian context or subcontinent context. If they are on vegetarian diet, no need for protein restriction. If they are not on vegetarian diet, even if they are on non-vegetarian diet, egg is allowed. I still feel egg is a good protein supplement. Even in person with kidney failure, I allow eggs, 2 eggs a day. The Bengali word I use, dim, kusum nikal ke dim leo. Take the egg without the yellow. So egg is good, no problem, because 1 egg is 4 grams, 2 eggs up to 8 grams is good. So mild kidney failure. Once you come into the moderate and severe kidney failure, that is the stage where you require dialysis or transplant. So we call it renal replacement therapy. So the stage is reached where the kidneys cannot maintain your life. Without dialysis or transplant, you will die. So once you have dialysis, the diet will change totally. You have to go on very high protein diet because dialysis causes protein to break down. Your fluid will be restricted totally because you're not passing much urine. We'll come to the next stage. But basically, the diet in kidney failure is salt restriction, potassium restriction, and also if there is fluid, if they've got a lot of swelling, they don't pass much urine. They're passing only about 1 liter of urine. You give them 3 liters, they'll start swelling up. They'll have heart failure, what we call fluid overload. We nephrologists will never use the term heart failure or pulmonary edema. We always say fluid overload because we know how to take out the fluid, either by dialysis or diuretic. So any person with kidney failure, depending on the urine output, they have to adjust their fluid intake. Somebody is passing a liter of urine, take only that. Don't take extra because if you take extra, they'll start accumulating in the body. So salt restriction, fluid restriction, potassium restriction, protein, I told you, no high protein, but vegetarian protein is allowed. Then also taking some of these fruits, they all contain high potassium. Banana, very high potassium. Orange, citrus fruits, high potassium. Tomato, high potassium. So many of these fruits contain high potassium. Very few fruits actually contain low potassium. Papaya, pineapple, boiled apple, these are some of the fruits which contain low potassium. But still, you have to be careful. You have to keep monitoring the potassium. So potassium is a killer in kidney failure. You must be aware of that. That is very important. And the other thing is a lot of people eat like strawberry, berries. They also contain potassium. So you have to be careful of that. So,
how about the dal?
Dal is very good. Vegetarian, I have no restriction. In fact, vegetarian dal, vegetarian, no restriction. Again, in India, in South India, they have, they use instead of rice, they use something called ragi, which contains potassium. So we have to be careful. So I'm worried of potassium, not anything else. Okay. Protein, I'm not worried in the Indian subcontinent context.
So fluid restriction means how many glasses a day fluid?
So again, it depends on what stage of kidney disease, how much urine they're passing. See, there are some kidney failures where they'll pass a lot of urine. See, one misconception which we must discuss is, the moment you tell somebody you got kidney failure, they think passing no urine or less urine is kidney failure. No. Okay. Passing more urine also is kidney failure. Also kidney failure. You must understand in the kidney physiology, your kidney filters 200 liters of fluid every day. 200 liters. 196 liters get reabsorbed. Okay. And you pass about 4 liters. So in the reabsorption, even 5% is gone, you'll pass 10 liters urine. So passing more urine. So we'll come to the symptoms later on when you discuss the symptoms. Exactly. What are the symptoms? So, so the fluid consumption depends on your urine output. Based on urine output, you design how much fluid. I normally tell them take equivalent of how much urine you're passing. Okay. Suppose you passed previously 1 liter, take that much of fluid. And fluid is not just water. Fluid is your tea, coffee, your whatever your fluid, whichever fluid, your beer, food even. Yeah. It is liquid. Because a lot of people think that taking ice, they think ice is solid. No, ice becomes liquid. But I see a lot of patients. When I tell them, sir, I'm not taking any fluid. I only eat an ice. They don't understand ice melts in your body and becomes fluid. So that also should be included.
Yeah. I'm sure some of the viewers will ask question about particular vegetables, even out of the vegetables, like is do you know spinach? Is spinach safe for kidney disease?
I think boiled spinach should be all right. I have no problem. It's good.
Okay, that's a good.
Not raw. Boiled spinach is good. No issue.
Okay, in my opinion. Good.
Dr. Even a lot of people think beans is bad. Beans also nothing.
Okay, good.
I have no problem.
Good. Dr. Sundar, thank you very much. And it was a great discussion. Let me explain in 1 minute in Bengali what we just went through.
Thank you, Dr. Ferdous.
দর্শক মণ্ডলী, খুবই সুন্দর ডিসকাশন, আমি সত্যি অভিভূত ওনার সাথে আলোচনা করে। আসলে কিডনি বান্ধব খাবার এটি একটি ডায়েটিশিয়ানের কাজ, তারপরেও কিছু না বললেই নয়, সেটি আমি আমার এই ডাক্তার ভাই থেকে যেটি জানলাম যে আসলে লবণ, যে কোনো ধরনের লবণই আসলে খাওয়া কমাতে হবে। অনেকে বলে যে রক সল্ট, পিঙ্ক সল্ট খাবো কিনা, না, এইটিও বন্ধ। সুগার খাওয়া কমাতে হবে, নিয়ন্ত্রণ করতে হবে। মেইন প্রবলেম আমরা পটাশিয়াম নিয়ে ভাবি, পটাশিয়াম যুক্ত খাদ্যগুলোকে যে কোনো ভাবে পরিহার করতে হবে। তার মধ্যে রয়েছে নারকেল জুস, যেটি কোকোনাট জুস যেটিকে বলা হয়, সেটি ডাবের পানি যেটিকে বলা হচ্ছে, সেটি কোনোভাবেই খাওয়া যাবে না। কিছু কিছু খাবার রয়েছে যেগুলোর মধ্যে এক্সট্রা পটাশিয়াম রয়েছে, এগুলো একেবারেই নয়, যেমন কলা, যেমন টক ফলগুলো রয়েছে, এগুলো কোনোভাবেই ঠিক নয়। কিছু খাবার, কিছু ফ্রুট রয়েছে যেগুলো মোটামুটি ভালো। তিনি বলেছেন পেঁপে, যেটি আনারস হতে পারে, কিন্তু তারপরও লিমিটেড ভাবে খেতে হবে সেটিকে। এখন প্রোটিন খাওয়া কমাতে হয় কিডনি রোগের, কিন্তু সেটি হচ্ছে বইয়ের মেইনলি পশ্চিম বিশ্বের খাদ্য তালিকার মধ্যে এটিকে বলা হয়, কারণ তারা প্রচুর প্রোটিন খায়। আমাদের ভারতবাসী বা বাংলাদেশবাসীদের জন্য দেখা যায় আমরা প্রোটিনের অভাবে ভুগি সারা জীবন, সেখানে যদি প্রোটিন আরো কমাই সেখানে অসুবিধা আছে। আমরা তারপরও একটু জানা থাকতে হবে যেন মাত্রাতিরিক্ত লাল মাংস না খাই। 2টি পর্যন্ত ডিম মোটামুটি অ্যালাউড, ডাল অ্যালাউড, এবং তিনি একটি কথা বলেছেন যে যে কোনো ধরনের সবজি সিদ্ধ খেলে এটি ক্ষতি হয় না কিডনির জন্য, যারা কিডনি রোগী রয়েছেন। পানির পরিমাণটি কমানোর কথা, কিন্তু এটি এক এক কিডনি ডিজিজে এক এক রকমের পানির পরিমাণ। অনেক কিডনি ডিজিজে দেখা যায় যে পানি তেমন একটা শরীর থেকে বের হয় না, আবার অনেকের দেখা যায় পানি বেশি বের হয়ে যাচ্ছে। তো কিডনি ডিজিজ হলেও যা পানি বের হয়ে যাচ্ছে তার ক্ষেত্রে পানিটা খাওয়া উচিত, যেভাবেই পানি খাওয়া উচিত। আবার যা ডায়ালাইসিস হচ্ছে, তার পানি জমে যাচ্ছে, তার ক্ষেত্রে কি পানির লিমিটেশন করা উচিত। তো এক এক রকমের কিডনি রোগের পানির পরিমাণ নিয়ন্ত্রণ এক এক ভাবে, সেটি আপনি আপনার ডাক্তারের সাথে বসে প্রথমে সেট করে নেবেন যে কি করতে হবে। তাই একবারে বলতে হয়, যদি মেইন সমস্যা হয় সেটি হচ্ছে সল্ট, সুগার সমস্যা, পটাশিয়াম জনিত সমস্যা, পানি জনিত সমস্যা এবং প্রোটিন জনিত সমস্যা। দর্শক মণ্ডলী, আশা করি আজকের ডিসকাশনগুলো আপনাদের ভালো লেগেছে। ভালো লাগলে শেয়ার করুন। আমাদের সাথে যুক্ত থাকার জন্য আপনাদের অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। এতক্ষণ আপনাদের সাথে ছিলাম আমি, ডাক্তার ফেরদৌস খন্দকার।